This morning, you woke up tired. So you did what you always do. You made coffee. You drank it. And within 20 minutes, you felt awake again. But here's the strange part. You didn't get any less tired. You just stopped feeling it. That's not the same thing. And the reason why is far stranger than you think. Inside your brain right now, there's a molecule called adenosine. Every hour you're awake, it builds up, drop by drop, in your neural tissue. Neuroscientist James Reppert and researchers studying sleep pressure have shown adenosine is your brain's built-in exhaustion clock. The longer you're awake, the more it accumulates. The more it accumulates, the more it binds to special receptors in your brain. And when it binds, you feel sleepy. That's it. That's the entire mechanism of tiredness. A molecule, physically attaching itself to a lock in your skull. Caffeine doesn't remove that molecule. It doesn't burn it off or clear it away. Caffeine walks into your brain and sits in the exact same lock. It's shaped almost identically to adenosine. So it slides into the receptor first and blocks the real molecule from ever getting in. Your brain isn't less tired. It's blind to how tired it already is. You are not drinking energy. You are drinking a disguise. Let that sit for a second. Every cup of coffee you've ever had didn't wake you up. It just stopped your brain from noticing it was exhausted. The adenosine is still there. It's still building. It's just locked outside the door, waiting. So what happens when the caffeine wears off? Around 3 to 5 hours later, your liver breaks it down, the receptors clear, and every adenosine molecule that was piling up outside comes rushing in at once. Researchers at institutions studying circadian rhythm call this the crash. It isn't just fatigue returning. It's fatigue you never actually got rid of, arriving altogether. Here's where it gets stranger. Your body doesn't just tolerate caffeine. It adapts to it. Pharmacologist Astrid Nellig, who has spent decades studying caffeine's effects on the brain, found that with regular use, your brain starts building more adenosine receptors to compensate for the ones caffeine keeps blocking. More locks. Which means you need more caffeine just to block the same percentage of them. This is why your first cup used to feel like a jolt, and now it barely registers. Your brain rebuilt itself around the disguise. You didn't get used to coffee. Your brain built more doors, so the same key would stop working. Now think about why you actually crave it. It's not really about energy. Caffeine also triggers dopamine release, the same reward chemical involved in nearly every habit loop you have. A study published in the journal Psychopharmacology found regular caffeine users show measurable withdrawal symptoms, including headaches and low mood, within 12 to 24 hours of stopping. That's not a craving. That's a mild, chemical withdrawal happening quietly, every single morning, before you've even opened your eyes. Your ancestors never had this problem. For most of human history, there was no concentrated caffeine. No espresso shot, no energy drink, no 700 milligram pre-workout. The coffee plant and tea plant evolved caffeine as a natural pesticide, a chemical to paralyze and kill insects that tried to eat their leaves. You are, every single day, voluntarily drinking a bug poison, diluted down to a dose your body can survive and even enjoy. That's not a scare tactic. That's just what it is. And your brain didn't evolve any specific defense against it, because it never had to. The receptor caffeine blocks wasn't built to resist plant toxins. It was built to regulate your sleep pressure. Caffeine is a molecular accident, a near-perfect key that happens to fit a lock it was never designed for. Here's the modern mirror. You wake up. You feel tired, because you are tired, because you're a mammal that needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and you probably didn't get it. Instead of addressing that, you drink a substance that hides the symptom from your own brain. You are not solving your exhaustion. You are the CEO you don't trust, So you fired the messenger instead of listening to the message. That's not weakness. That's just what caffeine does. It's not a moral failing to reach for coffee every morning. It's simply how a stimulant discovered by plants millions of years before humans existed interacts with a receptor system built for something else entirely. But it's worth knowing what's actually happening in your skull the next time you reach for that cup. You're not creating energy from nothing. You're borrowing clarity from your future self, and that self will collect, with interest, in the form of the crash you'll feel by mid-afternoon. Tonight you'll go to sleep. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up tired again. And you'll make coffee. Not because you're weak, but because for the length of one cup, you get to not know what your body already knows.